Well, the poetry thing kind of happened to me rather than me actively doing anything towards it. I mean, people have noticed sort of my writing on MySpace and got interested in it, and through that I've met more people and been able to share with them, actively going out asking for gigs, trying to make more of a name for myself and sort of strike while the iron is hot and carry on, as there's still, you know, a fair amount of excitement and enthusiasm surrounding me. Feeling that my testosterone was best expressed alone at home, as my stomach suppressed a low moan and my thoughts digressed to digesting, and the possibility of investing the £50 in my back pocket on something which seemed to me all the more interesting. I've always sort of read a lot and sort of written, not as often but occasionally, and my first poem was when I was 14 and it was called In the Field, and I performed that at a competition at my school, a spoken word competition, and I got Performer of the Evening. I was, you know, the sort of the rush of being on stage and finally being able to sort of say all these things that I sort of felt and observed, and being able to say them and people listening and sort of understanding and being receptive. It was just such an amazing feeling. I thought, you know, I'm basically going to do this as much as I can. Alas, no KFC for me. I dethroned Burger King, Subway and Mackie D's could step aside please, because tonight I was in the mood for a Camden Chinese. Performing at Latitude was literally amazing. I mean, it's the biggest crowd I've ever performed to, and probably a bigger crowd than I've performed to in quite a while. When I did a gig in Cardiff, it felt more natural and more intimate, and it flowed much more easily than any gig I felt I've ever done before. It felt better because it felt like didn't have to have all this sort of talking prepared. I could just sort of naturally, you know, let more of myself shine through and still be entertaining. I found, I was told this actually, you always speak quicker than you think you are. So you need to really slow it down. Also, to try not to appear too tense, because obviously if you appear tense, it kind of ruins the image and it takes away from the performance aspect. And then there's the sort of standard stage tips, which is be straight, shoulders out, speak upwards and outwards, make eye contact with people as you're looking around, don't just sort of stare blindly into the really big lights that are always shining right in your face, and try and enjoy it, because if people can see that you're enjoying yourself and that you're confident, then it creates more of a sort of a group vibe, rather than it being performer and audience. It's like everyone's sort of enjoying themselves together and everyone's having a good time. When I will start getting more seriously into very routine gigging, I'll start sending out like requests to places, to, you know, asking them to put me on. Also just getting it out there, you know, so that's MySpace, Facebook, Twitter's also quite useful. All this sort of social networking, finding like-minded people and showing them what you're doing, and until someone picks up on it, and until someone realises that it's something that they like, you know what I mean, and sort of sticks to it. Choked with grease, the smell of mouldy cheese, bits of an animal you're sure had fleas, the deep fat breeze that clogs the trees won't get girls on their knees, even if you beg them please, because there is no attractive way to eat a Camden Chinese.